Hey, it's Dr. Steve here on this beautiful October day. We're going to do a little sprinting here. I'm very fortunate to have a beautiful spot to do some sprinting, either along concrete or along the grass. I'm going to do it barefoot on the grass today, and I have about 40 yards that I can go right down. Remember, this is sprinting for the Masters non-sprinter. Not about to set any world records here. Let's just go over a little technique. I've done my warm-up. I'm going to show you a couple of things here. Remember the marching in place. We're going to work on driving our feet down as we drive our knees up, and then ear to pocket with the hands. From the side, again, I'm driving down. Person who can put the most power into the ground, repeat it the fastest, they win. Again, a gentle 90 at my elbows. I'm not locking out, I'm not driving all the way in, but there is a bit of movement in here depending on the person. And then I can do my A skips either in place or by movement, driving my feet into the ground, popping the knees up. So let's move the camera a little bit and we will start the first sprint. Can show you from the rear, and then I will run a couple from the front. So here we go, first one, nice and easy. You want to take a minimum of a minute, and if you're doing all out, about 1 minute per 10 meters, 10 yards. So 40 yards, about 4 minutes rest if you really want to go all out. I'm going to run these about 75 or 80%, so I'm going to take at least 90 seconds in between. So here we go for number 2. Let's talk about the start. You have to decide which foot is forward. You're gonna have to play with it to see which one is most comfortable. For me, the right foot forward. So I'm gonna have my right foot forward, and my feet are gonna be about underneath the armpit in width as a guide to start. Now, what's the distance front to back? The distance front to back, the big toe of the rear foot, big and second toe of the rear foot, is going to be either pretty much on the line of the heel with the other foot, or as far as about 1 foot length, your foot, 1 foot length back. So right foot forward, my left foot is back. For me, it's about 2/3 of the length of my foot. My right foot is forward. My left arm is gonna pull my left knee up as I push with my right. Think about that. My right foot is forward, so that's my drive leg. I'm gonna drive out, popping my left knee up. How do I pop my left knee up? I'm gonna pop my left knee up by pulling with the left arm, punching behind me with the elbow. Punch. Now, I cannot reach with that left foot, because if I reach for a long stride, if I reach, pull a hamstring. I'm gonna drive, pop it out, drive it down. So that's why we practice the marching walks and the skips, so we get the drive down. One of the best things about COVID for me is that I've been much more consistent with my sprinting. I've been on and off sprinting for 15 years, and it shows because every time I would try to speed up my sprints, boom, I'd either tweak a calf or a hamstring. Now the beauty is I can run 75, 80% the day after I squat or deadlift, which I cannot tell you how thrilled I am about that my nervous system is getting used to this activity, that I can go out and sprint the day after I train squats and deadlifts. This is now 2 days after I bench, and if you're benching right and you're not using your legs and your legs are not tired like a leg press, well, then we have to discuss benching. That's for another day. But I'm 2 days after a bench press workout and I feel nice and relaxed and loose. So very important to work on the technique, and I cannot emphasize enough to drive down into the ground and repeat the process. Do not think reach. If you think reach, like you see a baseball player typically reach to get to first base, boom, hamstring or calf, boom, hamstring or calf. Happens all the time. Power into the ground, pop. It's Mike Tyson. Boom, boom, into the ground, just like a punch. Not a bad backdrop for sprinting. Oh yeah.